Hi, everyone. My name is Meredith, and I'd like to welcome you to the Keep It Pro training call brought to you by Networking Wisdom each and every Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific for the past 8.5 years. This call is brought to you free of charge every week with the intention to teach you specific skills and faith-based principles to get you to the top of where you want to go and how to stay there. It is based on the philosophy that what we make happen for others, God will make happen for us. The host and creator of this call is Mr. Romacio Fulcher. Romacio is an internationally recognized mentor, trainer, and entrepreneur. Although Romacio has had extreme success in network marketing, doing over $2 billion in sales with a distribution team of over 750,000 people worldwide, 3 years ago, he decided to shift gears into the world of international commodities, trade, and finance. Having jumped into this unknown territory, Romacio turned to God for guidance more than ever, dedicating many hours to reading and listening to the Word of God. Over the last several years, he has gone through many ups and downs as he has had to navigate and learn a new trade. As he kept his faith and beliefs strong, miracles began to take place, helping him through his trials and tribulations. The Word held him steadfast, allowing him to come out on top once again. Having said that, one of his true loves is to teach the Word of God in a simplistic way, always drawing down from his own personal experiences. Every call is unique, and he is led by God when deciding on the topic of each week. God told him to start this call 8.5 years ago, and because Romacio has been so obedient, God continues to use him as a vessel to teach his Word. I recommend that you go somewhere quiet where you can focus on this call. I know what you hear today is going to be profound. Without further ado, let me get out of the way and introduce your marketplace minister, Mr. Romacio Fulcher. Are you there?
Absolutely, I am here. Thank you so much, Meredith, for stepping up and being our gracious host, as you always do. Guys, I'm excited to be with you guys again today. We're back again for another edition of the Sunday Keep It Pro training call. For those of you that are brand new and perhaps this is your very first time tuning in, we've been doing this call for almost 8 years, right here on this specific platform, at this specific time, on this specific number for 8 years. I want to encourage you, bookmark this day, bookmark this time. If you are a person who's all about growing and developing, and you are the type of person, regardless if you're young, middle age, or you're a senior citizen, and you believe in consistently getting better in all facets of your life, if that's a belief of yours, this is a free resource that you can take full advantage of for the last 8.5 years. We've never charged anyone, and nor will we. So I want to encourage you. You don't need to know my name. You don't need to worry about sending me a thank you message. None of that's necessary. What is necessary is you tune into this call absolutely for free. I'm not here for clicks or tricks, right? I am here fulfilling an assignment that I was asked to do by the Holy Spirit some 8.5 years ago. I got to be honest with you. If I'm telling you the truth, do I always love doing this call every single Sunday at this particular time? If I'm being honest, the answer is no. But I learned a long time ago that it's super hard to always be motivated in life. But if you want to be successful, you ought to try and master being disciplined. I learned a long time ago that it's super hard to always be motivated in life. So instead of looking for motivation, rely on discipline. And that's why it's so important that when you make a commitment, guys, you honor the commitment that you made. I heard another gentleman tell me that commitment is doing what you said that you were going to do long after the mood that you said it in has left you. So now you understand why I'm here. I made a commitment, and I'm going to fulfill it until I hear another assignment come my way. So I encourage you to listen to the recordings. These calls are always recorded. It's always uploaded to my YouTube channel, which is Romacio Fulcher. I got to tell you, for 8.5 years, I'm not the only speaker that has come on this platform. But I can tell you and assure you, every single person that you will ever hear on this platform has been confirmed and verified. I do not allow people to come and talk to people unless I know for certain they are walking the walk that they're talking. So if I can't confirm, no, I don't care what the media said. I don't care what so-and-so and your friend said. I have to check you out myself before I let you talk to these precious people. So I want to encourage you to spread the word. This is a free call. If you're an entrepreneur, if you just want to get better, this is the place you need to be on Sundays. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm not a preacher, but I want to tell you, you need to take advantage of this free resource. It will serve you well. It really will. You know, life, as one of my buddies says, life is always going to be lifing. Let me say that again. A buddy of mine told me, he said, life is always lifing. What's that mean? It simply means things are always going to be happening in this lifetime. Unforeseen things that you just didn't count on. And, you know, oh, my God, can you believe he did that to me? Oh, my God, when are they going to promote me? Oh, my God, can you believe what just happened? I mean, life is going to be lifing. And it's always good to actually hear a word from someone that can speak to your situation, someone that can give you or confirm that, hey, what you're thinking and how you're operating is in fact accurate. Or perhaps someone can actually give you a word that can enlighten you to something that you did not know. And it's absolutely free. So guys, do me a favor. There's only one request I have of you. We would like you to subscribe. What's that simply mean? Is there a website we have for you to go and click on something? No. I want a mental subscription. Huh? What did you say, Romacio? I said I want you to do a mental subscription. That's right. I want you to mentally subscribe to the philosophy. It just simply means say yes, but mean what you say. Say yes to the philosophy that we do this call under. What is the philosophy? The philosophy is we believe what we make happen for others, God is going to make it happen for us. Do me a favor. I know for those of you that have been following us for 8 years, you get tired of hearing this. You should never get tired of hearing the truth. As Mama once upon a time told me, don't get mad at the alarm clock. It only intends to remind you on something you intended to do anyway. So again, I'm just reminding you of the principle because I don't want you to forget it. This is the main way to elevate in life, and it's perfect setup for the theme of today's call. Let's say it again. Let's say it together. What I make happen for others, God is going to make it happen for me. Oh, boy, I'm so fired up. I'm going to say it 2 more times. What I make happen for others, God is going to make it happen for me. Now, I'm going to get a little cute with it this time. I'm going to add a little extra to it. Now, you listen to me, devil. Yeah, devil. I'm talking to the devil. You know, the devil is always around you. The devil is always trying to infiltrate your mind. The devil is always telling you, you're too fat, you're too slow. The God that you waiting on, he ain't going to come through. He's always telling you, you're too late, it's not going to happen. Boy, you a dreamer. Come on, come back down to reality. You know, the devil is always telling you, can't you look and see that's not possible to happen? And I want to notify the devil right now. You listen to me, you nasty son of a gun. You listen to me, devil. What I make happen for others, my true and living God is going to turn right back around and honor the principle that he established, and he's going to make it happen for me. Now, how about that? You see, the devil is not afraid of you. What he's afraid of is your potential. And today's call, I'm getting ready to show you the single principle that if you would dare, trust me, if you would dare listen to this call 10 separate times. Look, I know you're grown. I know you got your money. I know you're successful. I know you understand, and you probably heard this before. I'm giving you a specific military instruction. Now, why did I call this a military instruction? Do you know in the military, I know I've never been in the military. I just like to study things. But do you know in the Marines, right? We're talking about the Marines, right? Do you know that when an instruction is given, you don't have a choice. You follow it or perhaps you could lose your life. Imagine being at battle, and the captain says, I want you to take 2 steps, turn right, and duck. And all of a sudden, you take 2 steps and get distracted and go left. Do you realize that simple error in judgment could cost you your life? What's my point? This instruction that I'm giving to all listeners today, those of you that listen domestically, those of you that listen internationally, those of you that are live, and those of you that stumble on this recording 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now, you just cruising through YouTube and found this. On July 21st, 2024, here is my instruction to you. This single call is the one you've been waiting on. This is the one. I want you to listen to this call 10 separate times over the next 3 weeks. 10 times. This is an instruction, not just any instruction. This is a military instruction. Why would I be so emphatic? Why would I be so passionate? Why would I be so adamant about you listening to a free call? Because I know the value of what it is that I'm getting ready to lay down and teach you right now. I know what this is going to do for you. I just know it. And I know everybody, including me, we all are waiting on something. We all are trying to, you know how your mind is. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it right? I mean, I haven't seen any change yet. I haven't seen no different results yet. Am I going the right direction? Am I really, really doing this thing right? How many of you have questions in your mind? You've got a promise that you're hanging on to, but you're asking yourself continually, how can I be assured that what I'm doing will bring me the result that I'm looking for? Is anybody out there? Is it just me? Am I the only one that got a promise? I know you got a job, but I'm talking about I'm hanging on to a promise. Something that, no, I can't die today. I got a promise I got to fulfill. I've got an assignment that must be manifested. I ain't dying today. No, I ain't got time for bad health reports. I've got a promise I'm hanging on. But meanwhile, family members, friends, loved ones, and sometimes yourself will tell you, man, you've been hanging on to that thing for quite a long time, and I don't really see much of a change. You ought to pack it up, and maybe you ought to course correct and go a new direction. Let me tell you something. That doubt monster, I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Doubt is worse than fear. Oh, you better listen to me. That's why I'm so excited for you, whoever's on the call, whoever can hear me today, whoever's listening live and on the replay, I'm excited for you. Doubt is worse than fear. You see, fear is absolute. I am afraid of whales. If I see a whale and he opens his mouth, oh, I got instant fear. There ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt about that. I have a fear. What? You see them big teeth? Oh, no. See, that's absolute. A killer shark? Oh, no, see, that's look here. Look, that's why if somebody told you Romacio jumped in the ocean, this is one thing I authorize you to tell them you're lying. Romacio don't jump in oceans. You got him confused. That was not Romacio. I don't jump in anything I can't see the bottom. That's me. I'm not getting in there. Now, you can, but I'm not. So what I'm saying to you, fear is absolute. Think of something that you are afraid of. There's no question. It's, yes, I'm afraid of that. All right? But see, doubt is worse than fear because doubt means you're unsure. I just don't know. I'm really not sure. The devil would prefer to riddle your life with doubt as opposed to fear. He would rather use doubt as the distraction to get you from being absolutely certain of things in despair times. I need you to write that down. The devil would much rather use doubt to destroy you. He would much rather use doubt to destroy you than fear. The devil would much rather riddle your life with doubt all over it versus you being 1,000 totally certain that change is going to happen for you, that the promise will be manifested. I want you to please, if we never talk again, please remember this. The devil would prefer to attack you with doubt, because doubt means you're just not sure. See, fear is absolute, whereas doubt, I don't know. And see, anytime you don't know and you're unsure, all of a sudden, that's where anything can start to creep in. And one thing becomes two things, and two things become four things, and four thoughts become 8 thoughts. And next thing you know, you've gone from doubt to now this can't happen. So I come to serve notice today on the devil to let him know today that there is a principle that was established long before I was ever born. This principle doesn't care if I'm black, white, Latino, or Filipino. It doesn't care if I'm Russian. It doesn't care what my ethnicity is. This principle doesn't care if I vote for the blue team or the red team or no team at all. This principle doesn't care if I'm a believer in Christ or not. This principle was established at the beginning of the world. This principle is a sovereign principle. This is do you understand what the word sovereign means? Write that down. Some of you don't know what sovereign means. Look it up. Look, I want you to, when we're done, look that word up. This principle is a sovereign principle. This is an assurance principle. This is a principle you can take this to the bank and the check will cash 7 days a week, including in the after hours. It'll still cash. This is how sure that I'm sure this principle works. And so I know that you're sitting there and you've got your situation in front of your face, whatever your situation is, and I know that you're expecting change to come about, progress to come about, promotion to come about. I know that you are expecting something. And I know it could be frustrating sometimes when you're not seeing the progress or the result that you demand to see. Oh, I can tell you better than anybody. I know what that's like. You get aggressive in your thoughts. Sometimes you get angry. Sometimes you knuckle up your fist. And sometimes you just want to take action. You want change. Oh, don't feel bad. Ain't nothing wrong with you. That's totally normal. Go look in the Bible. You'll see prophet after prophet after prophet. They got mad. Don't feel bad. Abraham, somebody who I love, he got tired of waiting on the promise. Him and the wife got together, had a conversation, and the wife gave him the approval to go sleep with the help, to force the issue of having a baby. So listen, I'm not here to tell you fat meat's not greasy. I'm not here to tell you I don't get frustrated. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But along with getting frustrated, right at that brink when you get frustrated, see, frustration is a powerful thing. Oh, write it down. I want you to write it down. Frustration is a powerful thing. Yes, I know you never heard that before. That's why I'm going to set the record straight for you today. Frustration is a powerful thing because it's in the midst of frustration that finally you've revved your engine enough to where something has got to happen. That's why I thank God for frustration. I really do. It's when I get frustrated, my level of determination kicks in. What do you mean? Because I only have a couple of choices. Listen to me. I can succumb to my frustration, to my anger, and I can go off half-cocked and just like Abraham, just go do something because I'm frustrated. So I'm taking matters into my own hands. And even though it may feel right to my body at the moment, later on, there's going to be consequential repercussions. Later on, I'm going to have to pay for that. So one choice I can make when I'm frustrated is just let the frustration take over me and just do whatever I want to do. Just do whatever feels right. But remember, I told you 10 minutes ago that it's very difficult in life to always be motivated. You will not always be motivated. That's why you need to teach yourself to rely on discipline. Discipline. And I want you to start living out this principle that we're teaching today as a discipline of your life. I don't want this to be a casual thing that you pick up. I tried that out a few times, Romacio. You know, when you was talking about that servitude call. Yeah, man, I tried that thing out, man. Let me tell you what, Ma, that thing didn't really work so well for me. You know, I tried it out. This is not something you can try out, guys. What I'm getting ready to lay down today, this is not a tryout. This is a sovereign principle that guarantees you a way out. Say it again. This is not a tryout. This is a sovereign principle that guarantees you a way out. No, I'm not a preacher. No, these are not my feelings. Yes, I'm passionate because I'm telling you something that I have been sent to tell you the 1,000% unequivocal truth. I don't know everything, but this principle right here, oh, I know this one. I know this one. I know that 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 I know this one. That's why the enemy's attack on me is so vicious. That's why the devil really is trying to stop me, because he knows my potential and he knows that I know the principle, the way out. See, some of you, when you haven't seen what it is that you're believing for yet, it's because the attack on you is so great. Because the devil is not afraid of you. He's afraid of your potential. See, your potential has already been decided at birth. God gave you something. He planted something inside you. God is the manufacturer. He already knows what it can do the moment it discovers its true potential. And so what the devil wants to do, he wants to do everything he possibly can to distract you so that your full potential never gets realized. Did you hear me? That is the devil's job. He wants to get you all caught up in details and this, that, and the third. He wants to get you caught up in everything. And you need to learn how to stand up and say, hey, listen, I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that. I'm focused, man. You need to learn how to offend some people. Huh? What? Oh, my God, Romacio, I can't believe you said it. No, I said it, and I meant what I said. I didn't stutter. You need to learn how to offend some people. Well, sometimes when I talk to Romacio, sometimes when I talk to my Uncle Romacio, it just seems like he's just not focused. He's not paying attention to me. I don't understand, Grandma. I try to talk to him, and I can't get him to focus. Well, listen, sweetie, I don't mean not to focus, niece. I don't mean not to be present. But right now, I love you so much. I just care about a few things. How you doing in life? You okay? You all right? Okay, give me just a highlight. No, niece, don't give me the details. I can't handle details right now. I can't handle details. Just give me the highlight. Just give me the overview. You doing okay? You doing all right? College is coming along good. You got new friends? Okay, cool. Good, sounds good. You're looking good? How's your spirit? You all right? Good. Give me a big hug. Give me that kiss on the cheek I need, and let me go for another 100,000 miles. You all right. You in good hands. I can't handle all the details. Let me tell you why. Because, see, the devil wants to distract you with the details. He wants you to get all caught up in every little thing that in the grand scheme of things, that's not the thing you need to be focused on. Now, I know some of you ladies, oh, my God, here he is, another man talking about I need to focus. I'm trying to tell you that the devil is afraid of your true potential. That's all he's afraid of. He's afraid of your true potential. That's why he don't want you praying. The devil doesn't want you reading your Bible. The devil doesn't want you on this call. Because this is a free call. The man don't want nothing. Huh? Say it again. The man don't want nothing. I don't want anything. He's giving you something. Oh, boy, we're going somewhere today. You better buckle up. We are traveling today. You got your ball cap? You got your baseball cap on? Put your ponytails back, girl, because we're going somewhere today. The man doesn't want anything. See, the devil don't want you he don't want us having a deep conversation like we are about this principle, because he knows this is the principle. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. This is the one that ushers people from the outhouse to the penthouse. No, listen. I know it rhymes, but I'm not trying to be a rapper. I'm telling you what I know. This principle right here is the one that ushers people from the outhouse to the penthouse. This principle right here of servitude that we're going to dive into today is the single principle that will change your entire life. Now, ask me how I know. I know because I see what it's doing in my life, and it keeps keeping on. It just keeps happening to me over and over and over and over. And look, I know I don't get a chance to meet all y'all and see all y'all, but I'm trying to tell you, listen, I'm trying to give you as what we would say, the cheat code. I'm trying to give it to you. Oh, don't worry. I got a lot of meat on the bone coming for you today. Got to set it up right. A lot of meat's coming for you today. The devil don't want you hearing this message today. Oh, no. He wants you to sit there and be doubtful, be unsure, and, just be realistic. That's what he wants. Oh, come on. Somebody, let me say it again. The devil wants you to sit there, be doubtful, and he wants you to meditate on realism. Well, come on, man. Come on. Get real. Come on. Listen. Stop all that nonsense, man. Stop all that nonsense. Stop all that nonsense, girl. Come on, just get real with the situation. Stop all that believing to the extremities. Stop all that, man. Just stop all that foolery. Come on back down here. See, this is what the devil tries to do in your mind. And because this is a spiritual call, it would not be fair if we didn't bring a spiritual context to it. We all remember the children of Israel. We all remember the children of Israel. And we all remember there were 12 spies God had made a promise that Moses would lead them into the promised land, the land of milk and honey. What does that mean, and how does that relate to you? It's a promise that all your dreams can happen. Can happen. That's what the promised land symbolizes. Did you hear me? The promised land symbolizes to you today every single dream that you have, it can be realized in the promised land. That's why it's called promised land. It was a promise that God made to the people, a promise. Now here, check it out. 12 people. God sent 12 people. Y'all know the story. To go and spy on the promised land. And 10 out of the 12 came back and said, Lord, we can't do it. It cannot be done. Oh, this is not realistic, God. This is not real. Now, wait a minute. Whoa. Look, I know I'm not the most spiritual person in the world. I'm from East Oakland. But I do have a little common sense. And you mean to tell me God is the one who already gave this to you? God is the one that said, this is your portion, the promised land. And you mean to tell me when you were sent to go spy on it, you came back and told God, no, this can't happen. This is not realistic. There's no way we can defeat that army. It's impossible. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thank God for two men, Joshua and Caleb. Joshua and Caleb were the last two of the 12 men total that were sent to go spy on the promised land. And Joshua and Caleb, unlike the other 10 people, they came back and said, Lord, we are well able to take the land. Lord, we are well able. See, this is why the devil doesn't want you on this call. Because, see, I'm now giving you the tool, not a tool, but the tool. This is the tool to usher you from the outhouse to the penthouse. Now, some of you say, well, wait a minute, I'm not in an outhouse. My life is doing pretty good. Do you want to do better? Do you want more? Or are you ready to put that thing in park and shut it off? I'm talking to you. Yes, you. I'm talking to you, the one that looks down your nose and you think you got it all figured out just because right now ain't nothing major jumping off in your life. All your health signs are looking good, your relationship's good, your money's good, everything's good because you made some good choices. I'm happy for you. But I'm asking you a question. Do you want more? Do you want more? Are you ready to put that thing in park and shut it off? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Okay, so if you want more, then this is the tool, not a tool. This is the one. This is the principle that we're going to address today. I'm going to show you how you go from the outhouse where you are to the penthouse to where you want to be. Or you can say the outhouse of where you're at now to the penthouse as in the promised land. And I'm not referring to real estate necessarily. I'm talking about going from there all the way up to the mountaintop on a single principle. I'm talking about people come up to you asking you, girl, how are you doing? How did this happen for you? What is going on? How did you do this? And I just say, hey, listen, it ain't me. It's all God. Nothing but his grace, his mercy, his favor. But yeah, and you know how people are. But Romacio, but come on, man. Come on, man. Don't hit me with the God stuff, please. Hit me with something I can feel. Hit me with something that I can actually wrap my arms around. Don't just hit me with the same old. It was God, his grace, his mercy, his favor. I've heard that. My grandma said that, Mom. Give me something I can feel. Okay, Frank. You want something you can feel? You know what it is, Frank? I'm 5'9". We're not going to talk about my weight because it fluctuates. I came from East Oakland. I barely made it through high school. I dropped out of college after a year and a half, 2 years. So credential-wise, Frank, I ain't got too much going for me. I really don't. Credentials, I wasn't no summa cum laude. I made the honor roll 2 semesters in high school. I barely, graduated, 2.5 GPA. I barely slid through that thing. So, Frank, from an academic standpoint, let's go ahead and check some boxes. I don't have too much going on, okay? All right, now, so how did I go from there to here? I got to tell you, Frank, it's a principle. It's one principle. It's the principle. When times were good, I kept working this principle. When times were bad, I still kept working this principle. Frank, let me just tell you the truth. There were times I was dead broke, and I still kept working the principle. And listen to me, Frank. That's not the best part. Let me tell you the best part. There were times I was dead broke, Frank, and I still kept working this principle of servitude that we're about to talk about, and nothing changed. Frank, did you hear me, Frank? Did you hear what I said? I said I was broke, and I was working the principle, and nothing changed. Nothing changed. So let's go ahead and put a circle around this here, Frank. If you're looking for something microwavable, I'm not your guy. Go call Mr. Rogers. Go look for Santa Claus. If you're looking for something microwavable, if you're looking for instant oatmeal, I'm not your guy. I don't have any tricks to sell you, Frank. But if you're looking for somebody to tell you the truth of something that I worked slow and steady, and it just kept winning and winning and winning and winning, and I had to fall. But see, falling down is a part of winning. Frustrating is a part of winning. Getting dumped is a part of winning. Huh? What? Taking L's is a part of winning. See, some of y'all got it twisted because you're always on social media and you're not reading your Bible. You're not understanding principles. So you're comparing what I'm saying to what you're seeing on social media or what your neighbor told you. Because you don't want to get on your hands and knees, establish a relationship, and begin to little by little start to learn some principles. Start to learn them. Principles have nothing to do with culture. They have nothing to do with race. They have nothing to do with politics. And they have nothing to do with religion. So I started to work these principles. And I started working them and working them. And right now, if times are good for me or times are bad for me, I just keep working the principles. If you only knew right now, as in this moment, I've got something so big that God is cooking up for me. Oh, my God, it's huge. It's gigantic. It affects a whole lot of people. It's the thing. It is the end-all, be-all. It is the home run of home runs. That's all I can tell you. It's something that is so big, and it's definitely, from my vantage point, it's super hard. It's almost like, wow, how do you do that? But again, if you choose to get hooked up with God and you choose to believe in these principles, he keeps reminding me, Romacio, if you're going to do it on your own, you're right. It's impossible. It's hard. It's probably not going to happen if you're going to do it on your own because you're unqualified. But God keeps reminding me, if you just continue to stay on your knees, Romacio, and remember, I'm the one who sent you, and because you hooked up to me, you got my grace, my favor, you've got my mercy, and you've got the mind of Christ that I'm going to guide you and infuse it into you step by step. Romacio, drop your brain in the ground and just say what I say when I tell you to say it. And if you'll just do that, there's going to be signs and wonders all around you. People, they're going to say, oh, my God. It happened for this man. And I'm here to tell you, how do you get all that to happen for you? I just keep working this principle. This principle that we're talking about today. This principle that we're talking about right here. I just work it, and I work it, and I work it, and it just became second nature to me. And it's the principle of servitude. I just work it. I just work it. I just keep working it. I just keep working it. I just keep working it. Matter of fact, some of you haven't even caught on. I'm working it right now. As I'm talking to you, I'm working the principle right now. Every Sunday that you show up on this call and you hear us talk or you hear me talk, I'm working the principle every Sunday. I already told you sometimes I don't want to do it, but I do it anyway. I'm working the principle of servitude. Well, some of you sound confused. Some of you are looking like, well, wait a minute, I don't get it. Let me remind you. See, we say it every Sunday, but I don't think you understand how profound it really is. What I make happen for others, God hears my prayers. He's going to, I don't know who he's going to use. I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to turn right back around according to his principle that he established, and he's going to make it happen for me. Let me say it nice and slow for those of you writing. I want every single human being under the sound of my voice, hearing me live and the replay, to write this down. Every single time you show up on this call, I am working the principle. What principle am I talking about? I'm talking about the principle of servitude. I'm talking about every time we do the call, we always tell you, what I make happen for other people, God is going to make it happen for me. So every Sunday, I'm pouring in truth to whoever wants it, whoever wants to hear it. Every Sunday. I don't know your name. I don't know where you live. I don't need a thank you note for you. I'm not doing it for any of those reasons. I'm doing it because I was told to do it. And I know somebody out there is getting affected by this information. Somebody out there prefers being on a quiet, intimate call, not announcing their name, but they just want to get the meat of what's being said. And somebody is taking this meat and they're eating it and chewing on it, and all of a sudden their spiritual muscles are getting bigger and bigger. And God says to me, Romacio, I don't want you to know who's getting bigger. That's why I don't need you sending me a thank you note. God says, you don't worry about who's getting fed, who's getting bigger, who's doing better. You don't worry about that. You just do what I told you to do. You do the call. That's what you do. So here I am, using the skill set that I have, a gift that I have, to give it to you. I'm serving you. But Lord knows I've got some private prayers between me and him. And because I'm out here trying to make it happen for you. What do you mean make it happen? I'm sharing some information that I know that if you apply it, it's going to change things for you. I know that. No. I dare you to try. I dare you to actually try me in what I'm saying to you. I know that this stuff works because I don't come on here talking about theoretical stuff that I read in the book, and I think you should turn left here, and I think you should do. I don't teach that way. I'm telling you what I know, and I know it's going to work. And as a result of me serving you, God sees what I'm doing. He don't miss nothing. And God is the one that established the principle. And because God is not fair, but he's just, write that down. No one ever told you God was fair. Stop thinking that. God is just. That means if it's a principle, he'll rain on the just and the unjust. He'll rain on people doing well, and he'll make that principle work for people who you may look at and say, how come they're getting blessed? And how come great things are happening for them? Because God said in his word he would rain on the just and the unjust. It's a principle. He's sovereign. You got to understand, he's just. The principle must work. It must come to pass. I remember in the Bible, not Jezebel. What was his name? Not Jezebel. What's his name? There it is. I got it. I remember Jabez. He was the man that his mother gave birth to him and called him Jabez, which means pain, because she was always in pain. And I remember Jabez went before the Lord and said, Lord, I need you to bless me. He said, God, I want you to bless me. Is there anybody out there that feels like that? Like God, come on, I want you to bless me. And God simply said to him, he said, Jabez, all you got to do is enlarge your territory. He said, all you got to do is enlarge your territory. Enlarge your territory. Enlarge your territory. You want the blessing? Enlarge your territory. God is not obligated to give you what you want. He's obligated, if you're going to subscribe to his principles, to give you what you need. I said God is not obligated to give you what you want. Nowhere in the Bible God says, hey, listen, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bless you with a Ferrari tomorrow. Now, God has nothing against Ferraris and the finer things of life. No, he doesn't. But God is obligated to make sure all your needs are met. And so Jabez said, Lord, I need you to bless me. And God said to Jabez, enlarge your territory. In other words, what that means in everyday common English, it means you need to develop a bigger need. When you have a bigger need, God is going to bless you with a bigger seed. When you have, if it's just about you, this is why you got to understand this. See, if it's all about you, your family, your husband, your wife, your kids, if everything is just about you, and yes, he tremendously cares about you. You are the apple of his eye. He cares about every thought you have, every concern you have. The Bible says that he can feel the infirmity of the people. What's that mean? It simply means what you can feel, God can feel. So what bothers you bothers him. Okay? But listen, this is the best part. But just because it bothers you. See, remember we talked about frustration earlier. We talked about how frustration is a good thing. We talked about how frustration is a good thing, but sometimes being bothered by something is a good thing. You know, God said sometimes the reason why I let it hurt so long, because that was the only way to get you to move. If I didn't create a little pain, you would have never, if I didn't make it a little uncomfortable, you would have never did anything. And I love you so much, says God, that I need you to move. I need you to fulfill your purpose. I need you to realize your potential. And so what I want you to understand is this principle. It always works. It always works. And you got to understand that when you take whatever gift you've been given and you go out there and you serve people, always write this down. Serving one person makes all the difference in the world. No one said you had to go out there and serve a billion. Nobody said that. But serve one at a time. And we're going to talk about how you serve. We're going to talk about it today. When you take this principle of servitude and you really you put this on and you say, you know what, this is making a ton of sense. What I'm simply saying to all that's listening, write this down. Serve your way to the top. That's what I'm getting ready to teach you right now. How to serve your way to the top. God sent the perfect person, me, to show you how to do this. Now, you're going to have to pay attention. I want to warn you, you're going to have to turn off all distractions that are around you right now. For the second time, I'm going to tell you, I want you to re-listen to this call 10 times in the next 3 weeks. I didn't say 5, I said 10. There's a reason why I said 10, and I'm not going to tell you the reason. 10 times. I want you to get a full dose of what we're teaching here today. 10 times. I want you to re-listen to this 10 times. This is the only call in 8.5 years I've ever asked you to re-listen to 10 separate times. Servitude. We all have to serve somebody. We all have to serve somebody. Servitude, number one, you have to have a heart of service. Number one, you have to have a heart to serve. If you don't have a heart to serve, you're going to need to fall to your knees, ask for forgiveness, and ask the Lord, ask God, to clean your spirit and give you a good heart. You're going to have to ask him. Psalm says, create in me a right spirit. Now, why is this so important? It is so important because God is more concerned about the heart of the matter than necessarily what you did. Let me say it again. God is more concerned about your heart. This is why you and I should stop judging people because you don't know what's in their heart. God knows. But the heart matters to God. Matter of fact, that's the number one thing that matters to God. Because God is a spirit. That's why he communicates directly to your spirit, not to your body. So number one, we got to get your heart right. And I'm saying, clear as day, when we're talking about servitude, it all starts in the heart. Let me explain. You have to have a mindset that you believe you are put on this earth to serve. I know you care about your swagger. I know you want to look cool. I know you want to look good, girl. But let me give you what I call breaking news. You have been put here on this planet to serve. That's breaking news. See, some of you got it twisted. You want everybody to serve you, but you don't want to provide any service to others. And that is not the heart of God. So number one, servitude must begin in your heart. Number one. Number two, you must develop the mindset that I am on this earth to serve other people. I am on this earth to make other people's lives better. I didn't stutter. I didn't make a mistake. Number two, you must develop the mindset that I am on this earth to make other people's lives better. Number two. Let me explain something to you. If you're in a relationship with a young man or a woman, or whoever your partner is, if you're married, boyfriend, girlfriend, date, whatever, let me give you some more breaking news. If you're not making their life better than what it already was, they don't need you. If you are not making their life better, they don't need you. I'm showing you a crystal clear picture on how servitude applies to everything. Servitude is how you get the promotion you've been waiting on. And I ain't talking about your job promotion. Servitude is how you get chosen, baby. That's how you get selected from the crowd. That's how you get picked. That's how, in a sea of a million people, they say, I want that one. I want her. I want him. See, you thought it was you thought it was her dimensions, or maybe her long hair, or the way she talked, or the way her shoes, or his body, or his wallet. No. No. How well do you serve? How well do you serve? Okay, so number two. Let's go to number three. So number two is, you now have developed a mindset that you are put on this earth to make people's lives better. Number three. Everything you do, everywhere you go, ask yourself the question, how am I making it better? Oh yeah, I'm the right teacher for you. Everything you do and everywhere you go, ask yourself the question, how am I making it better? Okay, so if you're in a relationship, how am I making her life better? If you're in a relationship, how am I making his life better? Okay? If you're on a job, how am I making it better at the company? How am I solving the company's problems to make it better? In your family, how am I making my family better? At your church, how am I making my church better? In your community, how am I making it better? I want you to get this. Everywhere you go, I want you to answer this question. Do I make things better? When I step on the scene and shake your hand, even though it may be for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, did I bring positive vibes into your life for that 2 or 3 minutes? How did I make your life better? Just yesterday, I was coming out of the gas station or whatever and saw a group of young boys. They must have been 8, 10, 11 years old, something like that. And I walked outside, and the young guys, they had an ice cooler. It was very hot here in Sacramento where I live. And they had an ice cooler with just a bunch of Gatorades and all this stuff. And I came out. They said, "Hey, sir," they were talking to me. "Hey, sir, hey, listen, would you like to buy some Gatorade or some water? We're trying to sell this." And I saw these 3 young men. No no more than 10, 11 years old. And they were sweating, and they had a cooler, and I stopped, and they didn't know it, but I was looking at myself. That's right. I was looking at myself. And I engaged with the young man. I said, tell me what you're doing. He said, yeah, man, we're trying to sell this stuff here, this Gatorade, these drinks. I said, why are you doing it? He said, we just want to have some money, We took $20 that we had, and we just wanted to make it grow, and we just want to have some money. Okay, and I said, well, what are you guys going to do with the money? He said, well, we're just going to have more money, and we're probably going to grow it some more. And I just let them talk. And they were so excited about what they were doing. And they were sweating as they were talking to me because it's hot. But they got this ice cooler with this ice in it and all this water and Gatorade all in the ice chest. And there they are, just trying to be an entrepreneur. And I let them talk. And these little boys, they don't know me. I don't know them. And next thing you know, I reached in my pocket. And I gave them a $100 bill. A $100 bill. And the boys said, oh, my God! They were so excited. They were so excited. And see, this is what it means. I made it happen for the little boys. I made it happen for them. Oh, come on, somebody got to get excited. I made it happen for them. I made it happen for them. But let me tell you what the little boys don't know. They don't know all I was doing was working a principle. Because it happened for them. Well, let me break this down so that you can get a full context of what's going on. I don't want you to miss this. See, the little boys don't know me. And I don't know them. But because I have the heart of God in me, and I understand this principle, and I once upon a time was a little boy, and I had aspirations and goals, and I was trying to do something, and people probably would have laughed at me too. And what I did, God used somebody who I didn't know. God used somebody who they didn't know. I made it happen for them. Now let me tell you what God's going to do for me. There's going to be somebody that I don't know. I don't know who it is. It's going to come back. Write this down. It's going to come back, and this is according to what the Bible says. It's going to come back. Give, and it shall be given write it down. Give. You can put give/serve, same thing. Give/serve, and it will be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Oh, let me say it again. I want to say it slow for people who ain't never heard that before. That's Bible. That's not Romacio. That's Bible. It says, let's write it down. It says, give, and it will be given back. It says, give, and it will be given back unto you. Comma, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Do you ever hear people talking about, I'm living in the overflow? That's what they're talking about. It's a biblical principle. But it comes from servitude. It comes from serving. But serving has got to be in your heart. Now look, some of you saying, oh man, I don't have $100. That's okay. Even if I didn't have any money. Even if I didn't have any money, I still would have stopped and just talked to them. Man, this is incredible what you guys are doing. Wow. Man, keep going. I would have said something that would have made their life better. Remember what I told you. Ask yourself, everywhere you go, every person you come in contact with, do you make their life better? So number 3, everything you do and everywhere you go, ask yourself the question, do you make it better? When I see my server at the restaurant, I give him a compliment, or I smile, or I say something comical. I'm always putting a smile on people's face. All the time in this dirty world. I'm always trying. All the time. Even when my life is not going right, I'm still trying to use what I've got to make it happen for somebody else. Because I know the good Lord is going to turn right back around and make it happen for me. Now look, I gave you 3 things today. 3 simple things about servitude. But listen to me. These 3 things I gave you apply to everything in your entire life. Everything. Some of you, you're not serving good enough. Do more. Some of you, all you're doing is you're just trying to do something because you want the person you did it for to give something back to you. Wrong attitude. Wrong attitude. Write this down. You will always reap what you sow, but you may not reap where you sowed it. Yesterday, I sold $100 into those little 3 boys, but today, I won't see those 3 boys anymore. So it's impossible for me to reap my reward from the little boys. But that's okay, because the principle always works. When I make it happen for somebody else, God is going to step in through his principle, because he's sovereign. He's not a man. He does not lie. And he's going to make it happen for me. Do you get this? I know there you are. You're involved in business, and you're trying to figure out how to navigate choppy waters. You're trying to figure out, how do I get into this thing? And how do I work this thing? How do I do this? Ladies and gentlemen, everywhere I go, I'm all about service. Oh, I love to serve. You better write that down. That's a bonus clip. I just gave you a bonus clip. I just gave somebody a bonus clip. That was a bonus. I don't like to serve. I love to serve. I love to serve. I wasn't in the Marines, but boy, I would have loved to say, all right, Captain, at your service, sir. This is Cadet Fulcher. What can I do? I love to serve because I understand the principle. I understand the principle. You can tell me about your dreams all day long. You can tell me about how rich you're going to be one day and how much money you're going to make, and you're going to be the next trillionaire. You can tell me that all day long, and all I'm looking for is one thing. Would you please show me how you're going to make my life better? Show me how your product, your service, whatever it is that you're doing, how you're going to make my life better. Because money comes from solving problems. The bigger the problem you solve, the more money you make. So for those of you that are frustrated that you're not making any money, it's just a principle. It ain't got nothing to do with your mama, your daddy, your situation. It's a principle. And the moment you get a hold of this principle and you understand seed time and the harvest time, the moment you get that, everything is going to change for you. Got nothing to do with your race. Got nothing to do with your politics. Got everything to do with principles. Show me the problem that you're solving, and I'll show you the reward that you're getting ready to inherit. Show me the problem that you're solving. Money comes from solving problems. You better get in the problem-solving business with it. You better sign up right now. You better get in the problem-solving business. If you got a boyfriend or a girlfriend, you better start by solving their problems. What's the problem, baby? Come here. Tell me the problem. What the problem is. All right. I'm just telling you, you got to love it. My little brother, he's not little anymore. He's 45. But I remember he had 3 girls, three daughters. And my little brother, I couldn't believe it. That little boy was doing girls' hair. He was putting barrettes in it and doing parts and all this stuff. And I said, go, Sean, go. I ain't got no choice, Mom. I got to do it. I got to solve the problem. I got to do their hair. If I don't do it, who wins? Gotta serve. Now, in closing, as we wrap this call up, I saved the best part for last. Servitude is not something that you only do between 9 to 5. Servitude is not something that you only do when times are good for you. In fact, I want to tell all of you that if you really want to put on the heart of God, if you really want to put on the heart of God, I want to let you know that you are required to serve even when you're hurting. Even when things aren't going right for you. And it's the common tendency for us to look in the mirror. What does that mean? It means we look at our situation and we get frustrated about our situation. And the only person that is surprised by your situation is you. Oh, that was profound. Did you catch that? Let me say it again. The only person that is surprised by your situation is you. You see, God was there in the beginning. He's there right now, and he's already there in the future. So God is not surprised by anything that is happening for you. Notice what I just said. Somebody missed it again. God is not surprised by anything. I didn't say that it happened to you. Did you notice what I said? It's happening for you. He's not surprised. So rather than you looking in the mirror at the situation and how bad it is and how frustrated you are, I want to encourage you today to look out the window. See, the mirror reflects you. When you look out the window, you can't see you. All you can do is see them. Somebody needs what you got. So what I'm saying to you, you're going to have to learn. Even when you stressed out, gaining a bunch of weight, frustrated, waiting on your manifestation, you still going to have to put your serving boots on. You still going to have to be of good service. You still going to have to be of good cheer, says the Bible. You still got to do it. Real servitude is not only done when times are good for you. It's the heart of you. How can I make my fellow brother or sister's life better? How can I make my fellow man or woman's life better? And if you ever want to know how I've been so richly blessed, if you ever want to know how I've been blessed in the past, how I'm being blessed right now, how the overflow is in my future, if you ever want to know how I did it, you may not be able to get to me. I might be in a jet, can't find you. I don't know where I'll be in the world. But if you just want to know, I remember this young man. He did a Sunday call for free, and he never charged me a dime. And now I see this man, doing great missions across the world. And I'm just so wondering, how did this young black boy, how did he do this? It's this call right here. It was this call right here on July 21st, 2024 that you need to listen to 10 times. This young man, he taught a multitude of people. He taught them the principle of all principles. The principle of promotion is rooted in servitude. The principle of growth and happiness is rooted in servitude. The principle of leadership is rooted in servitude. The principle of prosperity is rooted in servitude. And I know that I may not ever get a chance to see you. We may not ever be at the same oceans of life. But if you can just trust me, I don't want nothing from you, but I want everything for you. If you can just trust me, I don't want nothing from you, but I just want everything for you. Listen to this call 10 times. Get this call deep in your soul. I don't care where you at in life, what's going on. If you would just trust me, believe me, God sent me to tell you, this is the way out. This is the way out. This is the way out. Abraham served. Joseph served. David served. Oh, y'all getting me fired up? Daniel served. Woo-wee! Are y'all getting what I'm saying? Joshua and Caleb, they served. Moses served. Every time I look, every prophet, I'm always looking for common threads. I'm looking for common threads when I'm reading my Bible, I'm studying, and I'm trying to understand. And I just can't help but see that's what it's about. It's about servitude. You got to serve. Ladies and gentlemen, as we officially end this call, I know that there will be tens of thousands of people that will hear this message. Trust me, I know it. So I'm not surprised by it. And I know that majority of you, I will never have the opportunity to shake your hand and look you in the eye. But I want to leave you with this. On this call that we've done here today is yet another example of how, if I make it happen for you, using every gift and everything that God has given, all the abilities that God gave me, if I made it happen for you, I promise you that God is going to turn right back around and he's going to make it happen for me. I promise you he will. And if you would just remember that, and if you would just embody that, and if you would just go forward in your life, delete everything else, and hang on to this one principle, it will not return back to you void. It will come back to you, ma'am, sir, little boy, little girl. It will come back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, says the Lord. In the name of Jesus Christ, it will happen for you. And don't be surprised. When God is involved, it's always going to be way bigger than you thought. It's I know you probably have, some people have and some people have not read the Bible. And I'm just telling you, in the Bible, it's always bigger than they thought. Anytime God gets involved, it's always bigger because God don't do nothing small. It's always bigger than you thought. So my wish for you, my prayer for you, is to listen to this call 10 times within the next 3 weeks. It's like a big enchilada. The more you listen to it, the fuller you're going to get. I'm telling you, revelation is going to come to you thanks to this call. I'm telling you, lives are going to be transformed. Spirits are going to be corrected. Everything, all great things are going to happen stemming from this call. Because it was this principle that when it finally clicks for you, and it's not something that you try on, but this is something that becomes you, I promise you, that's a whole new you. And you're already a great person as it is, but now you're talking about becoming greater. And with that happening, nothing but great things can happen for you. Because everywhere you go, you looking to serve. You looking to serve. You don't ever think about you first. You think about them first. Who can I serve? Who can I serve? How can I serve? How can I serve? I'm here for service. Hello, Romacio Fulcher, reporting for duty. Who can I serve? Guys, I'm the California Kid. I love you guys. I'll see you guys all next week. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye-bye for now.